Was trying to open this one, right? So the drive. Okay, ma. So definitely you guys will get a question for this keyword. So why we are going for this keyword? So can anyone tell me why we need to use this keyword? So this is the thing we have created, right? Let me create one more Java project, or let me create one package called keyword keyword.java.com. Okay, so this is my package. So I'm creating one new class here. So there are different, important why we need to go for this keyword. Let me give this as my class name. Okay. So first, what is this keyword? So let's see about what is this keyword. So this keyword. So moreover, you will definitely get this question, but the students won't answer this question properly. Okay. So this keyword is a, you know what it is? It is a reference variable that reference that is refers to the current object. Refers to the current object. Actually, this keyword is nothing but it's a reference variable. That's going to be what? That keyword is going to be a reference variable that refers to the current object. It is often used to, it is often used to differentiate between instance. It is differentiate between the, that is difference between the instance variable and the parameters with the same name. Okay, it is often used to differentiate between the instance variable and the parameter with the same name. Okay, so this is a simple explanations about this keyword, and we will see some explanations of when we can use this. First, we will see the example of. Let me remove this. Just make a note of it. This keyword means it is a reference variable that refers to the current object. Okay, it is often used to differentiate between the instance variable and the parameter with the same name. So let's see now. First thing is referencing an instance variable. So how we can reference with, using the instant variable. So actually here, here this is used to refer to a instance variables when they have the same name as a local variable or a parameters. Okay. So this keyword is used to reference the instance variable when they have the same name as a local variable or a parameter. So let's see one example so that you come to understand how we can do this. Okay. So let me write one example. Like I'm giving a private and I'm creating a variable called, let's say, my number is my variable name. Okay, and I'm creating a method, a public void, and set my number. Okay, my set number. So this is my method name. Clear? So this is my method name, and inside this, I'm creating a uh, that is my parameter name is going to be what? My number. Clear? So this and this is going to be the same thing. Okay. The same as a local variable and the parameter, it is going to be the same thing. If this is the case, then using this to refer to the instance variable. So this dot my number is equals to my number. Okay. So using this to refer to the instant variable, we are just, we are referring to the instant variable. So this is one, simple concept. Let's run this. Run. This this one basics.com. Huh? No, this isn't keyword, right? So, keyword, or let me type. What is the name we have given? This is keyword dot Java. Okay, so better we can just understand the concept alone. Okay, so later I can execute this. So better I'll try to create it here. So it is asking for the main method. That is a problem. Let me run. So now it is showing me up. Okay, yes, later I can tell you this. Okay, nothing very simple thing only. Let me try to run this. It is working fine. Platform. And then the class name, right? So let me try this. Run as and configuration. So here I'm just trying to change this to this. Okay. So main method not found. Yes, we didn't create any main method to show the output, right? But just a basic of explanation which we have given. Okay. So while we are using, so I'll show you the last example, like how we can invoking the current object method. So this is just to for a referencing the instance variable. Okay, let me make a note of it. Okay, this is for referencing. Next one is for invoking. So how we can do the invoking process. Okay. So next one is we will see about invoking a current objects method. Okay. So this can be used to invoke the current objects method. So that's why we are using this. Let's see how we can create a class for this one. So we have already created a class. So let's see how we can define the situations. Okay. So let me give a public void, and I'm giving a method name to be my method. This is so here I'm giving this to be inside my method. Okay. And next is I'm creating a public void the another method. So what it will do if you use this concept, it will invoke its own method, its current object method. Okay, what is the previous example? The previous example is for referencing the instance variable. Okay, this situation is to, because guys, this, this keyword is mostly used. Okay, but you have to know why we are going for this. That's why I'm just explaining you detailedly to call the current objects method. Okay, and also I'll show you an example. So my method of, so what is this? This to call the current object method. So it is just calling the current method. So previously it was referencing the variable. Clear? And what is the third concept? This is for invoking the, okay, what is the third concept is? There are four concepts here. The third concept is nothing but, so here a constructor, so that is called as what? Constructor chaining. What is called constructor chaining? So this can be used to, call, it is used to call one constructor from the another in the same class. Okay, it is used to call one constructor from the another in the same class. Can you guys tell me how we can create a constructor? Can you put it in the chat box? So how we can create a constructor? Because you guys have to know what is constructor. How we can create a constructor? No idea. Some students are typing. Let me tell you. Okay. So in this thing, so if I let me create a private integer value. So some field I'm giving. And next to this, I'm creating one more class. So public my class of. Okay. So what is this? Sorry, this A. Okay, what is this? This is going to be called as what? Constructor. So here I'm just mentioning this of 0. What is this of 0? Calls the parameter, the parameterized. Okay. So this of 0 and this calls a parameterized constructor. Parameterized means it will have some value. So that is called as a parameterized constructor, right? And the another constructor I'm just creating the same thing. So this is also constructor, this is also constructor. Okay. I'm just creating one more that is a constructor. So this is going to have a some parameter. Okay. So this is called what? no parameterized constructor, and this is called as a parameterized constructor. Okay, so this going to call the parameterized constructor. So how? Using a value. So like this dot value is equals to value. Clear? So this is called as a constructors chaining. And then we have the last one for this keyword. Guys, if the question is asked for you regarding this keyword, so you have to explain all the four different variations. Okay. So the next one is um, returning a current object. So how to return this current object? So this can be, used to return the current object from the method, enabling the method chain. Okay. So just to look into the definition. So used to return the current object from a method, enabling method. So return the current object from a method, enabling the method chaining. So example for this one is, so again we can create a private integer my number. Okay. So after this, you are going to create a constructor. So what is a constructor? So the constructor is like same like a method, but its method name it is similar to the class name. Public this dot a of, and I'm just giving the another a name to be a method sets my number. Okay. So and then inside this I'm having a parameterized one. So integer my number of. So here what happened is this dot my number is equals to my number. I'm just initializing. What is this concept? So this concept is called what? We have discussed, right? Referencing the instance variable. Okay, that we are doing. And next to this, we need to return, right? Return the current object. How we can return this? Return using this keyword. So it returning the current object for a method chain. Clear, ma? So these are the four ways we can go for this keyword. Understood? Yes or no? Any doubts from this, guys, for this keyword? Mika, by using init of man. What is that, ma? I didn't get you. So understood. Can we move on to the next topic? Okay, we'll see one example using this, this keyword. Then we'll move on the next one. Let it be the same thing. So what I'm going to change is I'm going to change the inner part alone. Let me change the inner part alone. So here we are going to create some different things. Okay, let me tell you one by one while I'm creating the things. Okay, so in the public class, so this concept is entirely for this keyword. So we are going to focus on this keyword. We are going to apply all the concept here in this simple example. Okay. So first is a private string name. Okay. First I'm getting the name. And the another field is private integer age. I want to get the age of the person and also the name of the person. So first we what we need to do, definitely we need to use which concept here. I have a two parameters. So obviously we'll be going with this one, right? A constructor chaining. So in the constructor chaining only we can give the parameterized constructor. Clear? So the next step is I'm using a parameterized constructor. So here I'm giving a public. What is the a constructor name? So this a of. So inside this, I'm giving, I have two data, that is two parameter value I need. It's going to be the same thing, right? So where it is, see here, this field name and this parameter value is going to be the same thing. So returning the current object used to return the current object from a method enabling the method chaining. So it both should be the same thing. Here also you can see. Referencing the instance variable, this keyword is used to reference to the instance variable when they have the same name as a local variable or a parameter. Okay. So it is going to be the same thing. So integer age. So inside this, so what we are going to do is using this, we are going to distinguish the instance variable and parameter. Okay. Let's see how we can do this using this to distinguish between an instance variable and then parameters. So we can do the variations. So using this dot name is equals to name, and then this dot age is equals to age. Okay, this is how we will be distinguishing this. First is parameterized constructor, and the next one is we are distinguishing between the what? Instance variable and the parameter. And after this method to display the information about the person, we are going to display the information, right? So let me create one method, normal method. So void display info. Okay. So inside this, I'm giving a name. This dot name. Okay. Here we are going to display the information, this dot name. And after this, I'm just copying the value. I'm going to display the another thing. It is called as age. Okay. So yes, we are done with this. And then the next is the method to compare two persons. We are going to just compare the two persons. So method to compare the two persons. So we can do this, creating a public, a boolean data type, and is same person is a method name. Okay. So inside this, I'm giving a person, another person. So just we are going to check whether it is going to be true or false. So to find true or false, so using, this to refer to the current object instance variable. So how we can do this? Current object instance variable. Let us here showing an error. Let's see. Yeah. Well, later we can rectify the errors. So after this, we need to use a what a written keyword. This dot name dot equals of another person dot name. And then we are using or and operator, that is and operator. This dot age, this dot age equals to another person dot age. Okay, that's what we are going to compare, and that will show the output. Here, so this is the parameter value, and here I just want to give a class name here, right? So let me change the class name to be this. Okay. So error is gone. Just create a local variable, another person. Okay, done. So as of now, I hope everyone is clear with the steps as of now. We have created the field and parameterized constructor using that. So both, this instant variable and the parameter. So we are going to, distinguish between these. And then we are displaying the output of the name and the age. And we are comparing this two persons name and the age. Okay. So then finally, we need to move with a public static void main string arguments of. Okay. So inside this, first we need to, creating a two-person objects. We're creating a two-persons objects. How we can create? So that is two-person in the sense the class name. Okay. So the class name is what? This dot A, right? This A. And I'm creating person one is equals to a new uh, this A of what are the values we need to give? What are the values we need to give, ma? Here we need to give two values, right? What are the values? The age and the name. So the name and the age. So name is I'm just giving A, and then comma age is going to be some 25. So let me copy this. And I'm creating one more. Let me give the variables to be what? P2. And the value is default. Let me give P21. Clear? Okay, in the main method, we have created objects. So now we can display the information about that person. So displaying information. So how we can display the information? So inside this, I'm just giving P1 dot display info off. Sorry. Person one details. Here I'm just calling the object. What is the object? P1 dot display info off. Okay. Has any doubts, please tell me. Okay. Stopping this and I'm creating a person two. and the details and the info of that person too. Okay, here let me mention it as person two. And then finally, you can, comparing a person. So how we can compare the person? If the P1 dot is the same person of P2, okay, P2, then what happens? You'll be giving you'll be giving they are the same person. If not, if it is not going to be the true thing, then you will use else statement. So here just keep with double quotes. Okay, inside the else statement, you can give so inside this is so by giving slash n, they are the different persons. Clear? That's all. So we can run this program. Just this. Okay, you can see in the, in the output what the person one details is A in 25 and B in 21. So they are a different person as the output. Okay. So this example is a basic example. You can do it easily with if and else condition, but the concept is why we need to go for this keyword. Clear, Amma? So any doubts you can ask me. Otherwise, we can move on to the other topics. Let me think we have completed almost everything. So in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, just ask me, guys. Any doubts or say yes or no or thumbs up. I want some response from you. Okay, Vinay. Perfect. And what about the others? You're so silent today. Variable data types and what else is remaining? Because keywords are very important. That's why I've explained you. So explained you about this one. And the final keyword is there. Super keyword, we already know why we are using it. And then that's all, I guess. Okay, we need to see typecasting. Wrapper class is already done. Yes, Sirisha, your camera is on. Okay, we'll see about the final keyword. Create one more class. Okay. So what is a final keyword and why we need to go for this? Okay. So first we will see one by one. So final keyword. Final keywords is used to apply a restriction on a class, methods, or even a variables. Okay. So let's see one by one example on this. Okay, first we will see about the final variables, how we can go with the final variables. So when applied to a variable, it means the variable's value cannot be changed after initialization. Okay, so when when this is applied to a variable, when the final keyword is applied to the variable, it means the variable value cannot be changed after the initialization. After the initialization, we cannot do anything. Okay, simple the way how we can give the basic syntaxes final, and I'm giving data type, and my variable name is going to be, let's take my number is equals to 10. Okay, this is what happens. It is attempting to modify my number later will result in what? Will result in a compilation error. That's going to be the error. Clear? So this is about the basics of the final keyword. So which is applied if it is going to be the what? If it is going to be only for the variable name. Okay, only if you applied this for the variable name. And the next concept is for applying for the final method. So we can apply this for the final methods, this keyword. So when applied to a method, okay, if you are using this keyword in a method, it means it means the variable, sorry, that means the method cannot be overridden. So you cannot overridden means you cannot use it for the two times. You cannot use it for the subclasses. Okay, so that is a main concept. Example, let's take, I already have one class name, right? This is called as a final. So I'm creating a final that is keyword for my method, a normal method, void display of. So inside this, Sizo, and here I'm just mentioning this is a final method. And I'm creating. So this is done. This is one curly brace, and this is also closed. So I'm creating one more class. Let's say class a child extends the final. This is my parent class, right? So I'm trying to, I'm using the same method. If I try to use the same method, it is not possible. So attempting to override the final method will result in a compilation error. Clear? So this is for the method, final method. Okay. And next, what is called as, if you're trying to use it in a class, then what happens? Final class and final parameter is also there. Okay. So when applied to a class, it means the class cannot be, subclassed. So that is cannot have a subclass. It cannot have a subclasses. Okay, that is the meaning of this one. And how we can work on this is we can create how we can do this. You need to give a final keyword here before this, class and the class name. And then you need a code here, a class code here. Cannot create the another subclass here. If you're trying to use the extends keyword, and what happened? You'll be getting a compilation error. Yeah. This is about the final class keyword. So when you are using this one. Okay. And then what about the final parameter? So if I'm going to use it for the final parameter, when you apply to the, method parameter, just give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So next is a final, that is parameter. Okay. When applied to the method parameters, it means, the parameter value. Let me remove this. So here the situation differs. Parameter value cannot be changed within the method. You cannot change within the method. So let's see how it will be. So if suppose you're creating a void, my method as a method name, and you're giving a final keyword integer parameter. It is not only writing a simple programs, guys. You have to try different keywords, this and super and final keyword. When it is necessary, you can use it. Okay. So the value of a parameter cannot be changed within this method. Okay. So this is about what? The final method. That is a final parameter if you're trying to use it in the final parameter. So everyone clear with this? Any doubts? Any doubts, ma? Or it is confusing for you? Everyone understood so how we can work with this? Yes or no? Getting any response? What happened, guys? Come on. May I know? So you guys have understood or not? No doubts, right? That's what you're saying, Naresh. Okay, ma'am. Then we will see some Java programming example, and we'll start with Python by today. So we can see one examples of how we can work with this final. Okay, understood. Great. Now we are going to see one example on this keyword. Okay, fine. So in this example, what we are going to do is we are going to make some thing with the final keyword. Let's see what are the different things. So that is especially instance variable and also some methods. Okay. So let's see how we can work on this. First, a constant value. I need a constant value. So then what we have to do, we need to use this using a final keyword. I need a constant. Okay. So public static final double pi is equal to 3.14. Okay, whenever you're giving as a final, you need to mention public static. Okay. And then the second one, the constant value. This is called as a constant value. I need a final instance variable. How we can create a final instance variable? Private final a string name. Okay, this is an instant variable. We didn't define any value, right? And then a static variable with a final keyword. Private static a final and int count. Okay, both everything is going to be what? Going to be the variable name, double and sorry, that is pi and name and the count. But see, you can see the difference. For the first one, we have used public static final. And the second one, we are using the final instant variable, that is private final and the data type and the variable name. Here, this is going to be a static variable with final. Static variable means we need to use a private static final integer count. Okay. And then after this, a static a block to initialize count. Okay, static block. So how to create a static block? So static block, this is called as a block. Within the curly brace, what we are going to mention, that is going to be the block, right? So here I'm just initializing this to what? 100. Clear? And after this, a constructor with a final keyword. There is final parameter. I'm going to give the final parameter now. So as of now, we have discussed about how we can give the final keyword for the variables and for the instant variables and for the constant value, right? So now we will see. So public, what is the constructor name? So this is my constructor name, right? So I'll be using this here of a final keyword, and the string name is going to be what? The parameters, the constructor, that is final parameter. Clear? So next to this, this dot name is equals to name. So name cannot be, reassigned within this constructor. We cannot reassign this value anymore. And, uncommenting the, line below will results in the compilation error. If suppose I'm trying to do this dot name is equals to a new name, then what happens? I'll be getting a compilation error. So you should not do this. You'll be getting what? You'll be getting a compilation error. And next to this, final method that cannot be overridden. For this, we can see one example. So I'm creating one more method. Let's say public final. It's my method name. Okay, for a method, what is the method name here? I'm going to give this void display info of. Okay, so here I'm just giving a void display info of. So here I'm just giving this so. So what is the criteria for this one? We cannot use the same thing for a subclass. We cannot use the same method in a subclass if it is going to be the final, right? So, so I'm just giving the value here to be what? Name plus this dot name. Clear? And after this, we don't have any subclass here. We should not create it because so here we can go with a public static void main in arguments of. So we are going to using the constant pi. So previously we have mentioned the constant pi, right? So where it is? So here it is, right? Constant value. So we are going to print that value. So let's see how we can print it. Again, print this value. So inside this, a value of a pi plus how we can show the output of this. We need to use a that is class name, right? Here we are not going to create an object, right? Instead of that, we are using a class name dot a pi. Okay, clear? And next is creating an object with a final instance variable. I know, guys, it will be a little complicated for you, but the concept you should know. That's why I'm just explaining all these things to you. Okay, so creating an object. So for this one, what is the class name again? My class name is final. Okay, final dot. Sorry, final and object name. Let me give obj is equals to new of final of. Here I will give the name. Okay, here I'm going to give the name of the string. So let me give uh, Rayalaseema College. Okay, this is my that is parameter value. And next, displaying the information. How to display the information? Object dot the object name dot and the method name. So method name is display info of. Clear? So method display of. And then how to access the value of the count value. So we have given displayed the value of name and the pi number, but the remaining us what? The count. Okay, which we have mentioned as a static variable. How we can display it? The same thing like this only. Just copy this. Here you can give this to be what count. That's it. So let's run this code. Here you can see the value and the name and everything has been displayed. But how we are using it, that is the important thing. This we can also do it using just using a system.out.println, right? But the concept is very important. I hope everyone is clear with this keyword and the final keyword. Any doubts as of now? Please let me know. I know this is little bit um, you know um, dry, Okay, but we need to learn this, right? So that is very important. The concepts is very, very important. You may think why this is a very simple one. This is an final keyword, but ma'am is explaining, giving a more definition for it. Why? Because while you're going for an interview for this final, and moreover, they will be asking a questions from these keywords and the access modifiers. You know, but you don't know how to answer this particular thing with some uh, two or three lines. You'll be just giving a simple one or two words of answer. So that is not enough for the interview point of view. So that is why I'm just giving you a lot of explanation for each and everything. Okay, but still, if you feel, if you need any explanation more for any concept, you can also contact me, and I can also discuss in the session. Okay, so now we will see about the typecasting in Java. So that is left. Read one more. So first is, what is typecasting? May I ask you this question? So what is typecasting? What is typecasting, ma? I hope everyone knows this typecasting. No? You don't have any idea? You don't have any idea also, you can just put it in the chat box. Or if you know also, you can tell me. What is typecasting? It will convert one data type into the, yes, another data type. Yes, you're right. Okay, what are the different types of castings we have? Good Bhumika. What are the different type castings we have? Okay, let's see what are the different type casting we have, and one example on it. Okay, so first is, what is typecasting? So typecasting is a process of converting one data type into another. Okay, that is going to be called as a typecasting. So here we have two types of typecasting. One is called implicit and the another one is explicit. Okay, so before going to an example, we'll just look into what is the difference between this implicit typecasting. So implicit typecasting means, for example, the int value. Okay, let's take int value of a type integer is, is a implicitly cast to a double value of the type of what? The type of double. Okay. So actually this is safe because a double can represents the range of values. Double can represent the range of the value of an integer. Okay. And what is called as an explicit typecasting? So explicit typecasting means so this is another we can say the double value. Okay, this is going to be the it has a more bytes, right? When you compare with the integer. So double value of a type of a double is explicitly, okay, it is explicitly a cast to another integer value that is of type int. Okay, so this requires the explicit casting because information loss may occur. So example, the decimal part is truncated. Okay, clear? So this is about the typecasting. So what is the difference between the typecasting? So now we will see one simple example on this casting. Okay, let me remove this. So if you want the notes also, I can later share you regarding this. So moreover, you can look at the content. Just to confirm, everyone can see the course content, right? Sorry, ma'am, three types. Yes, we have three types, right? Yeah, seven types. Okay, three types. That is one more is typecasting with object. The object of different types can be cast using a type syntax. So in this case, objects is explicitly casted to a string. So that is possible. So you're right. So three types of typecasting with objects being good. Okay, just to confirm, I need all your response. Okay, so or you guys are getting the option to see the course content on the LMS? Yes or no? If anyone is facing any issue, you have to tell me now. Okay, because most probably from next week you will be having a final assessment, maybe on Friday or maybe on the another week. So let's see how it is going to be, how we complete the portions accordingly goes on. Okay. So before that, I just want to get some confirmation from you. So whether it is working fine. Are you guys able to see the course content on the LMS? Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Can you see the content? I think you guys haven't see that option. I think that's why you are not answering. So, okay, not a problem. Just check once today and let me know by tomorrow. Okay, well, I'm asking tomorrow, you have to respond. You just check your LMS portal. So there are different tabs you have. Mainly, you have to focus on a profile updation. That is very, very, very important. You have to create your own CV. Okay. So yesterday I told you, right? So how you have to give your skill set. So just update it. And you can also do it in the online. So there are many, free templates is available, right? Canvas and Novo Resume. There you can just give your details. So it will give you, some eye-catchy kind of templates. So it will be easy for you. Okay, you can easily update it in the LMS. Clear? So, and if you're updating your thing, it should be in a PDF format, right? So you have to update it in the PDF format. Make sure whether it is in the PDF format. If it is not, please convert it and upload your image also and give your proper CGPA and other details. If you have done any kind of internships or projects, whatever, and you have done two certifications in Edinet Foundation, right? I've shared some extra course certification that also you can add it. Generative AI and one more thing is cloud computing, right? That you can also add it. That is the added advantages, student. Okay, that's all from my end. And one more thing is like assessment. You have to check the assessment also. Okay. Okay, next we will get into these typecasting example. I hope everyone understood what I was saying. Is my voice audible and everyone understood what I'm trying to say? Yes or no? Can I get some response from you guys? Okay, okay, great. Okay, fine. Ma'am. So we can create one examples using this, implicit and explicit and typecasting with object. Okay, let me create one main method. Okay, inside this, first we will do a implicit, that is automatic. Okay, automatic typecasting. So integer, I'm giving int value is equals to what? Some 10. And I'm just changing this to, that is implicit casting from integer to double. How we can do this? A double data type. And I'm giving the variable name to be double value is equals to integer. That's it. Sorry, that is int value. Okay. So this is called as what? This is called as a implicit casting from int to double. Clear? That's all. So next, I'm trying to print the value. So we can print the value. So giving like this is going to be implicit casting. It is typecasting. Let me copy this. So inside this, I'm giving okay. So here we will be printing the values of this one. Clear? So this is about what? This is about an implicit casting. So how we are doing it. This is automatically done. And next is called as explicit. So explicit manual type. So this is called as a manual type casting. So how this has been done? For example, I'm giving a double. So this is going to be a double first, okay? And another double value is my variable name. Is equals to, I'm giving as 15.75 is a value. And the data type I'm going to convert as the another integer value that is equals to, I will be using int of the another double value. Okay, so like this only we can do the implicit. We need to use the parentheses. Inside the parentheses you need to give a data type name. Clear? So this is about implicit, that is explicit casting. Explicit casting from double int. I want to print the value of what? This one. And also I want to print the value of the double value. Okay. And finally, we have this, type casting with objects. So we can first we will see the example of this one. So you can see, so we have changed this to double. So that is why, sorry. So the first one is implicit. It is, changing the value to be, it is truncated. Okay. It is showing a double value. And the second one is, it is showing the explicit value. That is, first one is double. So showing the double value, and the second is integer. Integer value is shown. Okay. And what is called as a typecasting? Typecasting with the objects. Reference or types. So here, I'm just creating an object, okay, with object name. So object, and the object name, I'm just giving my object is equals to hello typecasting. Okay. And after this, I'm creating a string, okay, that is data type, and my string of. Yes, ma. Any question from anyone? Ma, please be on mute, students. I think present now. Please be on mute. She's walking somewhere. Okay. So after this, you can see I have created an object and the object name and what is the content. And this is going to be a string, right? String thing. So my string. So after this my string, I'm just giving the thing to be what? A string and the object name. Okay. So this is nothing but explicit casting from object to string. So we are just changing the object to what? We are changing the object to be a string now. And you can print the value. So this is of just giving my object. Okay, that is want a value to be printed. And next to this, I want to print the my string output. Okay, so let's run this again. So both are the same output, but the typecasting has been done. So what happened? The objects of a different types. Okay, it can be any kind of type. So in this case, we are just using an object as an explicit cast to the string. Clear? I hope everyone has understood about what is typecasting. Any doubts? I think that's all in this Java. So let's look into this some simple programming, how we can work with a simple programs. Okay. So let me ask you some questions about the program. If you know the answer, you can just put it in the chat box. Okay. So wait a minute. Okay, let's start. I don't know whether we have discussed about this or not. Wait a minute. Let me ask you some simple programs so that you can answer it. Okay. Actually, I want to find the maximum number and the minimum number of a given array. So how we can do it using Java program? Okay, let's go with the minimum number first. So if you know the answer, you can just put it in the chat box. How you can find the minimum number which is given in the array. You can write a code and you can give me the answer in the chat box. We'll have some discussions, okay? If you don't know also, not a problem. I'm going to execute it, okay? Simple programs. Minimum numbers. Or you guys are trying or you want me to execute? You can also tell me that. So I'll give you some 3 more minutes. Just work on it and give me the answers, okay? So why we are learning this Java programming? To write the logics. That's why we are learning, right? So please keep that in mind and just you have to create one array and using a for loop, you will print the values, right? So what is the logic you will do to find the minimum value? So math dot min. Okay. One more thing is good, Bharat. But one criteria. Okay, you should not use any inbuilt method. You should not use any inbuilt method. Without using inbuilt method, you need to find it. But it's really good. Good. If it is going to be, you should not use any inbuilt method. Without that, how you can write the logic? So I think I can do it. To give the answers also great. Let me give the things to be two things. Okay, I'm going to make it for that is max and min. Okay, both for max and min. So we can find it first. I'm creating a public static void method. So for the min value, so I want to find the minimum value of what? The integer of the array name is going to be number of is equals to, I'm giving some values inside this. Let's consider 40, 300, 20, 200, 100, 30. Okay, this is going to be the value. And next is integer min is equals to a number of 0. So why it is going to be number of 0? We are just assigning the minimum is the variable is going to be the first number of 0. Okay. And next is a for loop of integer I is equal to 0. Starts from 0th index. If you are creating an array, then you should use I is equals to 0, not a 1. Okay. And I is greater than the variable, the array name is going to be num dot length dot I increment. Clear? So this is how you need to do. And inside this, I'm going to write the logic. This is for looping purpose. We are using it. Okay. And for the condition, how the condition will be checked? Num of I. Okay. Num of I. It is going to be greater than min. Min is what? Number of 0. Let's see the logic. Okay. I'll just explain you. So min equals to num of I. Later this, if and for loop, I will print the value. Minus my output. Okay, so how it has been done? So we'll see the logic. So first is what? Here the first value is that is num of this much of value we have. So first the min value is equals to what? Num of 0. Num of 0 means 40, right? And next to that, the loops will be executed. The number of length is what? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So totally 6. From 0 to 6, it will be displaying, right? So num dot length and I increment. So first num of 0 is, this is for the first loop. Okay. This is for the first loop. So first loop, the num of the I value is what? 0. If it is going to be greater than minimum. Minimum is what? 40. And num of 0 is also what? It's going to be 40. So it is not greater than, right? So it will skip the condition. So it will not show the output. Okay. So next is, it will go to the second value. So now, again, the value is going to be what? It's going to be the 40. And now the loop is going to be 1. So num of 1. What is the num of 1 value? Num of 1 value is going to be 300, right? So here it's going to be 300. So now this condition again failed. Then the second, the loop, once it comes here, so it is going to be, that is 20. That is num of 0 is going to be what? 20. Yes, this is satisfied. So what happened? What happened? The value was lesser, right? So this is going to be lesser, so it will be displayed. Let's execute this. What is the error? Okay, let me remove this. Okay, we didn't use this main method, right? That is why it is not executing. I'm sorry. I didn't call this one, right? So that is the another one. Actually, this is for loops and this is for the method. So method is done. And next is public static void main string arguments of. So here we will be calling the main value of method. So now you can see the output is 20. So now can you tell me for the maximum values? So here we understood. So how we can do it for minimum, right? So if it is going to be the maximum, what will be the changes? Anyone tell me if I want to find the maximum value, what we can change it, what we can change in the coding. Yes, what we can change by any guesses? So minimum we can easily find. For maximum, what we can do? Yes, great. So for this one, uh, not here actually, Ma. Okay. So answer that. Yes, Bharat. As Bharat, we are not going to change this in a num dot length. Okay, we are not going to do that. Here we are going to change, right? Because wherever it is going to be greater, then it will show the value. So let's see. See here, it is showing the highest value. So the logic you need to change. The loop will be similar. Clear? I hope everyone understood about maximum and the minimum one. Any doubts from this? This is a basic example. We have a lot of things like how to find the repeated words and the the multiplication. Multiplication we can easily do it, right? So how we can do the multiplication? How we can get the input from the user? So we need to get the input from the user and we need to display the multiplication. I think we have already gone through this in JavaScript, I guess. If I'm not wrong. is how we can do the multiplication program. So multiplication program is the criteria. Let me tell you the criteria. Let me create one more class here. The table name is multiplication. What I'm saying is you need to get the input from the user. Okay. And the second step is you need to find the multiplication of any number, whatever it may be. You need to find it. So what is the logic? Just think and tell me. Integer x is equal to 6. Okay. Integer y is equal to 4. Okay. Good try. Yes. Tell me. And then what is the logic, ma? I'm asking. So inside the for loop, okay. Moreover, if you are going to get the value from the user, t is equal to x into 5. Okay, Bhumika. Actually, Bhumika, you are saying for only one number. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, if you want to print, example, I want a value for the 5. Okay, 5 tables. 5 into 1, 5. Till I need till a 10 number or I need till 100. Okay, that will be a program, right? So for that, how we can do the logic? Okay, no worries. Let's see how we can do it. The multiplication. Guys, everyone, please make a note of it, and you can also see these recordings. I'm updating all the recordings in the same playlist. If you want me to share the playlist again, also you can just tell me so that I can also put it. Okay. And I hope everyone can see the recordings in your LMS itself. If you also face any issue, please tell me. Whatever the issue you face, you just want to tell me, then only I can understand. Okay. So now we are creating the main method. Okay, inside the main method, just listen the logic. I want to get the input from the user. For that, we'll be using a scanner, right? Scanner class. And just giving a variable name. So new scanner system.in. So here there is an error import java.util.scanner package. And after this, what we will do? We'll be asking the user to to enter the table to multiple. Okay, so we are just giving some text. And next to this integer, so it is going to be an integer. It's not going to be a double float or string. Just a number, right? So integer a is equals to that is s. I'm taking this object s dot next integer of. That's it. Okay. So here we are getting an int. So now you can ask the user to give. So till what, which number to multiply. Okay. Till which number to multiply. Clear? And after this, again, this is for the table numbers, that is 4, until which a particular value it is going to print. So integer b is equal to, for example, I'm giving 4 is the multiple table. I need that one. And till which number I want the multiple is till 10 means I need to mention till 10. Okay. So s dot next integer of. Clear? So this is done. And after this, we are going to create one more variable to store the value. To store the value, we need one variable, right? So again, we are using a for loop because it is going to loop. So it starts from 1 until we don't know the value. So what till what? Till b value, right? So I'm giving a b and I increment. And C is equals to what? What is the formula? A into I. So A into I value. So, and finally, which value we will display? We will be displaying a C value. So, I'm giving that is A plus asterisk plus I. I is that is A means 4. Fourth table means 4 into I value. I is 1. 4 ones are 4. Like that it will get displayed. Okay, let me use the cursor. Yeah, right. Okay. So plus is equals to, I'm just giving equal to here. That's all. Very simple. It is asking for, it is asking to enter the table multiples. I'm giving 5. Until what number I need? I need till 10. So now you can see all the values has been displayed. Okay. Our example, let me execute it again. If I'm giving that is 10 and I want this to be displayed till 100. So it is showing till 100. Clear, ma? Everyone understood? So how we can print the value? Okay. So this is a simple way of doing it. Any doubts from this? Any doubts, guys? How to print a table? Very simple. Okay, just we are getting two inputs from the user. First is what is the multiple number, and the second is till which number you're going to display. Till which number is you will be using in a for loop for B. Okay, and this C variable is nothing but for the multiplication. So that is a logic you will be writing and you will print the value. Understood? Is say yes or no, show thumbs up. Understood? Students understood or not? Easy or simple? Everyone understood or not? Just tell me. Or I'm a little fast. I'm little fast or little slow. You want this coding, you can check it in the recording also. You can get it. Okay. And I just want to show you a very simple example. Okay. I just want to ask you guys how you print the, asterisks. I want this to be printed in a this way. So let me show you the output. So the output should be like this asterisk. Increase this. Okay, the output should be like this. How you can do this? Everything you will be using a what for loop will be used. So how you can print this? So this is the default, question patterns, asterisk patterns. How you can print this? Guys, this is not for only for your program. I'm just helping you guys how you can, upgrade yourself for the interview purpose. Clear. That is why I'm asking these kind of questions to you. Yes, ma. So how you can print this kind of asterisk value? Again, we will be using a for loop. And here we need inner for loop, two for loop speed. Why? Because this is a ij, right? This is ij. That is I is 0 and j is 0. Here if you come, so I is 1 and j is 1 and I is 1 and j is 2, right? Who's that? And for this one, I is equal to 2 and j is equals to 2 and I is equals to, so the values will be like this, okay? So 0 comma 0. And here if you come for this one, what is the value? So 1 comma 1 And for this asterisk, it is going to be 1 comma 2. That is, I value is what? I value is 0 and j value is going to 0. And I value is equals to 1 and j value is equals to 1. Here, the I value is equals to 1 and j value is equals to 2. And here, what will be the value? Can anyone tell me? So what will be the value? So I is equals to 2 and j is equals to 1 and sorry. And then here it is going to be I is equals to 2 and j is equals to 2. Here it is going to be I is equals to 2 and j is equals to 3. So first you need to understand what is output is going to be, then you can easily write the logic. So let's see one example. Okay, inside this, here, how many loops we need? Definitely we need 2 loops, right? One is I and j. Okay, if it is going to be something using the 3 things, then you need to use 3 loops. So as of now, I need 2 loops. So integer I is equals to 1 and I is less than or less than 10. And I increment. So here I have one for loop. The another for loop is integer j is equals to 1 and j is less than or equals to I. Okay. And j increment. Okay. Here we will print the asterisk value. So and after printing this value, I need a system.out.println, right? So here I don't want anything. Why? Because if it is going to be on the same line, you should not use println, right? So that is why we are using in this place. So giving a value. So here we don't want any value, just to start with the next line. So how the logic is going to be? First, the I is equals to 1. Okay. And the j is equals to 1. Okay, so here the asterisk value will be printed. So the condition will be checked, right? So I is less than 10 years true, and j if you take, so j value is what? 1. It is greater than or equal to I. Yes, it is true. So the asterisk will be printed on the place of I1 and J1. And next will be what? The next value will be, so here it will be looped. Okay, so the one will be looped here. And second, I is equals to, that is 2. And then I is less than or yes, it is true. And J, if you come to J, so J is equals to 1. And then, so 1 is greater than or equals to 2. Yes, this is true. So what happened? So our asterisk will be printed, right? So next, the loop will get incremented. So now the j will be incremented. J will be incremented. So j is equals to what? 2. And then 2 is greater than or equals to 2. Yes, it is true. So we'll be getting 2 asterisks at the second line. So we'll see the output. Okay. So like this, we will be getting output. Everyone clear till this? Yes or no? Students, are you clear with this topic? So if you want, I can also explain you some more examples on tomorrow's session, and then we'll move on to the Python. Clear?